Hello guys, how are you? Welcome to our channel The Morallium. Today I will tell you a very interesting story about a person who sacrifices his own life for other.
T2:03 a.m. Arthur was sitting alone in a small call center office, staring at his computer screen. Outside, the city was silent, and inside, only the sound of keyboards and phone calls filled the empty room. Arthur was just another night shift employee, solving problems for strangers while quietly struggling with his own life. Every day, he listened to people complain about their problems, but nobody ever asked him how he was doing. He felt invisible, like his existence made no difference. That night was different. While answering calls, his computer suddenly froze. The screen turned black for a few seconds, and then a strange message appeared. System error. Life prediction activated. Arthur frowned. He thought it was a technical problem or some kind of software glitch. But then another message appeared. Warning, a fatal accident will occur in 60 seconds. A location appeared on the screen, a lonely highway outside the city. Arthur watched as a live video appeared. A man was driving through heavy rain. The road ahead was dangerous, and a truck was approaching from the opposite direction. The timer started. A button appeared on the screen. 60 seconds. Prevent accident? Arthur hesitated. He was just an ordinary employee. He was not a hero. He had no special power. But he knew one thing. A human life was about to end. With only a few seconds remaining, Arthur pressed the button. The screen flashed. The accident was avoided. The driver survived. Arthur sat silently, unable to believe what had happened. Moments later, his phone rang. It was the same driver. The man said, "I don't know who you are, but something stopped my car just before the crash. You saved my life." Arthur looked at the computer. A new message appeared. Life saved successfully. But below it was another line. Balance required. Different lives. Different stories. A father. A mother. A young student. An old man. Each person had dreams, memories, and people who loved them. Then suddenly, the screen stopped. A name appeared. Arthur Williams, his own name. The system had selected him. Arthur looked at the clock. 3:15 a.m. Only 2 minutes remained. For the first time in years, Arthur thought about his own life. He thought about all the moments he believed he was useless. All the times he felt nobody cared. But now he understood. His life mattered too. Not because he was special. Because he was human. A final message appeared. Will you accept responsibility for the life you changed? Arthur looked at the screen. Then he smiled. For the first time, he felt his life had meaning. He typed one word. Yes. The clock reached 3:17 a.m. Everything went dark. When Arthur opened his eyes, he was no longer sitting in the call center. He was somewhere unknown. A place filled with countless screens showing millions of human lives. A voice spoke. Welcome, Arthur. Arthur looked around in confusion. Where am I? The voice answered, You wanted to know if one person could make a difference. Now you will see. Arthur realized the system was not created to control people. It existed to give humanity a second chance during impossible moments. The voice continued, Most people seek power because they want control. But you accepted responsibility because you understood the value of life. That is why you were chosen. Years passed. The world forgot the name Arthur Williams. But every night, at 2:03 a.m., somewhere in the world, a person received a mysterious system message. And behind that message was Arthur. The man who once believed he was invisible, became the person watching over countless lives. Moral of the story: a person's true value is not decided by fame, wealth, or how many people know their name. Real greatness comes from kindness, responsibility, and the willingness to make a sacrifice for others. Even an ordinary person can create an extraordinary impact when they choose to care about another human life.